Hi everyone, Susan Campfield here with Suestampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. Come on in. Let's get the chair out of the way here so that we can create happy Crafternoon at night. Normally I do our special once a month class called Crafternoon on a Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, hence the name Crafternoon. But this month, because of a crazy travel schedule, I had to shoehorn it into a Thursday night. So welcome everyone. So glad that you're here with me. A special shout out to my Stampfield Stars team members. You guys are awesome. They got all the measurements ahead of time so they could cut their own packet. Now, if you placed a qualifying order last month, you have a packet to make this card along with me in the video. In the video, I will be giving the basic measurements for the fold itself, and then all the other instructions. There will be a detailed tutorial available for purchase. If you qualified for the class, you'll be getting that for free. If you're a team member, you get that for free. But otherwise, you can, if you want to see all the pretty pictures of the cards and whatnot, so you can go to my my website, Suestampfield.com, and request to follow my blog, and then you'll see everything. So thank you. Thank you for making and sending handmade cards. You are absolutely making the world a kinder place with every card that you send. I hope in my videos you get a little inspiration to make and send even more cards, right? To just make the world a happier place. So thanks for all that you do. And let's go ahead and dive in with our Crafternoon. Now, if you placed an order in, what month are we? In May, which is almost done. If you placed an order in May, then you will get a $50 or more here in the US. You will get a packet next month in June for our next fun fold. But I'm excited to show you the one that we're doing today. So let's go ahead and go to the desktop camera here. There we go. And let me find our card. So let's grab this one right here. So last month we did hang on, hold on. This was the April Crafternoon cards, and this was the pop-up parade fun fold card. So 1, 2, 3 pop-ups for a parade of pop-ups, and as per usual, I had a plethora of versions. And this month I had somebody ask, well, what if you want to do it in a horizontal? Actually, a couple people ask. And so I thought, well, that's a good idea. So meet this month's fun fold. This month's fun fold is the Panorama pop-up card. So I'm going to pull it out of the envelope here. It does collapse flat for the envelope, but we've got our different, little different dimensions on this one, but we have our pop-ups there, 1, 2, 3, just like on the pop-up parade, but the Panorama pop-up is a landscape, which gave me the flexibility to add some bigger decorations and things. It is a little bit wider for decorating that center part. I did play around with several different options on the widths and the sizes of the pop-ups, and this is the one that I felt worked the best, gave me the most flexibility. Now with these, a lot of these I like to add a embossed panel or designer series paper behind the pop-ups. It just adds some depth to the card. Sometimes it's hard to see online, so I'm hoping you can see that embossed piece back there. And then this one does open like a standard full-size card, the vertical way. And so that is our Panorama pop-up. Now I made 5 designs of this. This is one design. This is the one we're going to be making in this video. So I guess, do I need to put it back in the envelope? I don't have to, but I will. Would you guys like to see the other alternates? And then we'll dive right in and learn how to make it. So I'm going to assume you're saying yes. So first up we have, okay, actually I guess there are 6 cards because I did this one in 2 different ways. So this one is the beautiful new Extraordinary Flora bundle that comes with the washi tape, and it is so fun. so fun. So I did emboss the greeting in gold here on the front, And we've got some, these are actually from the Pretty in Pink, or Strawberry Slush Pretty in Pink Gems, but those come with some clear ones that have gold flecks in them. And this one opens up like this. So I use the sentimental framing on both the front and the inside. Now with this cool washi, these are washi tape. I just die cut them out of washi tape. On the roll, you get two different color variations. The first set of flowers are pink and purple. I would say purples and blues really. And the second set is pinks and greens with more of a yellow hue to it. So I had to make the card with both, right? So all the step-by-step directions for this are in the tutorial. Now this embossing folder is called Pressed Flowers. It's a new one. It is not in the catalog, but it is an online exclusive that came out at the beginning of May. And it's the same one we're using on this card. It's I'm really loving the texture that you get on this one. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, this Extraordinary Flora is so fun. But there's more. Let's keep going. So next up we have this one, which is, this is our summer fun card right here. So this one is with the Notes and Totes bundle. Now this one was inspired by a card that I saw on the Demonstrator Planning Place. That's the Stampin' Up! Facebook group for demonstrators. It was by demonstrator Patty Brunter, and she did a tote using the Woven Textures Designer Series paper, and I loved it. It was beautiful, and it was like shaded, and yeah. So I did simplify it a bit, and then changed it up with some different colors and whatnot in the background, also making that a little simplified, but loved hers. Hers was absolutely stunning. So this one is, again, the Notes and Totes, and then this Designer Series paper is the 6x6 papers that come in all of the colors. So this one happens to be Summer Splash, which is from the 2024 to 2026 in colors. This is also from that same pack, which is the Pretty in Pink for our water bottle there. And then we have our little lotion bottle and our cool shades and our little newspaper of Newsflash, You're Fabulous. This one would be great for, gosh, a teacher who's about to enjoy summer, a friend that's going on a fabulous vacation. I kind of went with a little bit more of a pool vibe than an oceanside vibe. There are some seashells, and there's a seashell and a starfish in there that you can make it more oceany, beachy, but I wanted to kind of do something that would work for the lake, the pool, the beach, wherever. So I did leave that off, but you certainly could add that. And there's a lot of texture on this there's space in there that you could actually put in more things if you wanted to. And then on the background here, I actually did not do any embossing or designer paper on this. This is the one card that is optional. You don't have to do that. And then inside it just says relax and enjoy. So whether it's you're wishing a teacher a great summer, maybe put a gift card in there, or you're have a friend going on a special trip or whatever. So just kind of that summer vibe. All right, next up, this one I guess can also be considered a summer vibe. Let me just pop this one up. This one is with the Sunrise Sailing Bundle. Well, you may have noticed this is one I love doing. Now the one in last month's pop-up parade, I used the tall vertical ship, which worked really well on this particular layout. But this one I did a, a porthole. This was inspired by a card I got, let me grab it, on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. I think it was from Chrissy Graham from Australia. Yeah, Chrissy Graham. So she did this swap card where she did a porthole, and I thought, oh, that is so cool. And so I used her idea as inspiration and did this card. And this is the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. I have directions in there on how I cut that. We just cut an area out of one of the patterns that looks like a sunrise or a sunset, either one. The Best Wishes is right from that set. And then this is the Soft Waves embossing folder, which is a little bit newer folder. that worked really well for this. And then inside we have the leftover bit from the inside of the porthole became a layer for our inside greeting. Now this one would be great for a graduation. That's kind of why I put that sentiment in there, but best wishes. There's also a happy retirement in this set. It could be a great birthday card. I mean, really lots of different events that this could be for. So Father's Day actually would be good for that. All right, let's set that one side. Okay. And our last alternate here that I want to share with you right now is this one. Let's pop that up. This is the Coneflower Celebrations bundle. This one was really, really fun to create with. So many possibilities here. The texture you get with these dies is incredible. I did do some sponging and whatnot to add some depth, and there's actually stamping under here, which I know it's hard to see on the camera, but in person it adds a lot of depth to the flower. But I walk you all through it in the tutorial step by step, and this is the Country Woods Designer Series paper here. And then the inside here is just carrying through a little bit more of that Country Woods paper, which is kind of the vintage white wood look there. And I like the sentiment, which is from the Coneflower Celebrations. I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. It's not saying that someone's old. It's saying that you love that you've been friends for so long, right? Or family members or whatever. So again, I use the mixed label dies, which are kind of one of my go-tos. I use them on the card that we're about to make as well. They are just super cool. So, all right, you guys ready to learn the newest Crafternoon Fun Fold? This is the Panorama pop-up card. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So we're going to make this one right here. I'm going to grab, so I have my, this is the basic fold tutorial. So when you get my tutorials, oh my gosh, you guys, I spend so much time doing all the step-by-steps. This is just the basic fold and the first alternate. They are many, many pages long because I like step-by-step photos, because when I'm trying to do something, just reading the words doesn't always do it for me. So I've got this just for reference here on the side. We're going to use a couple stamp sets. I used the Sweet Blooms stamp set and the word hello from that. And I used inside the card the right words. This one has some great different variety of words in there. There's some sympathy in there, like forever loved, forever remembered. Just kind of nice nice sentiments for sometimes when you're not really sure what to say. Of course, we got your basic happy birthday, thinking of you, you're so kind, lots of things there. So we're going to use those two for our card, but you can, if you have a packet, you don't have those stamp sets, of course you can substitute different greetings and use what you have. All right, so where's your packet? Ah, found it. Take a sip, everyone. All of the packets, these were sent 10 days ago, and one of them is still floating around. She lives in Georgia, and it spent all last week in Georgia, but never made it to her, and now it's in Tennessee. But now it looks like it's leaving Tennessee and hopefully getting back to where she'll be getting it. So let's pull this out, and I'm going to leave all these bits in the clear envelope for now, because there are a lot of little parts and pieces on this card, and I do not want to miss them. So I'm going to tell you straight up, this is the basics for the fold. These are the measurements that I will be giving in this video. If you want to learn all of the sizes for the 11 different pieces of designer paper and all of that, you can either work it out on your own once you get the base fold done, or you can purchase the tutorial. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our card base here. So our card base is 4 1/4. Oh, Marva, I'm so glad you're loving the tutorials. I put hours and hours and hours and hours into them, so I want them to be really useful. This is Arlene. It is close. Arlene's asking if the tutorial is ready yet. And since I just got back on Sunday, I'm kind of proud of the fact that it's really close. So it is in its final proofreading stage, and then everything has to be combined together. So really close, but not quite done. All right, so this is 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2, and that is our card base. And then next up, we have these pieces that are going to form our pop-ups. We have two pieces that are, I got to look at my cheat sheets. Oh, it's right in front of you, Susan. Okay, let's go with this one first. This one is the center one, and it's 3 3/4. No, it's not. It's 3/4. Oh, no, it's not. Oh my gosh. All right, hang on. Just back up the bus, Susan. All right, let's go with these two pieces. These two pieces are 3/4 of an inch by 7, and they are scored at 3/4, 1 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 1/4. And those are the top and bottom pop-ups. And then the middle pop-up is going to be this one right here. It starts out at 2 inches by 7, and it's scored at 3/4, 1 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 1/4. Okay, and then we already gave you the card base measurements there. And we also have this piece that's embossed that's going to go behind the pop-ups. Again, this is optional. This is the Pressed Flowers embossing folder, and this piece measures 3 3/4 inches by 4. All right, so what we're going to start with is our very top pop-up here. We're actually going to take all our pop-ups and we're going to fold them, okay? So we want to make a valley fold and a mountain fold on that end, and a mountain fold and a valley fold on this end. So kind of just the opposite. And then you're going to want to grab your bone folder. Hang on. Found it. Take a sip, everyone. I'm a messy crafter, so when I find something that I've lost on my desk, we all take a sip of our beverage, and I'm just creasing this well. You might need to kind of straighten it back up. I folded that one a little bit wonky. This fold I find to be very, very forgiving, so that's a good thing. I'm going to just zoom this up a little bit here so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so we've got that first one folded, and we're going to do that same thing on all of them. So again, valley, mountain on the center one, and then mountain, valley. Okay, and again, I'm going to just collapse that down and give it a good crease. Flip it over, crease the other side. Want everything nice and sharp here. Now, I did use basic whites on this. If you wanted a firmer pop-up, you could use the thick basic white. However, it will make your card thicker. So that's the downside, because I like to add lots of bits and embellishments and dimensionals and things. So just be aware of that. If you do the thick, you might want to add some extra postage. And if it's lumpy, you're going to need extra postage anyway. Okay, we're going to do this one the same way, which is valley, mountain, and then over here, mountain and valley. Just the opposite. All right. Carol's got wine in her cup tonight. Hey, that's the advantage of having Crafternoon at night, right? Oh, I have been working nonstop on Crafternoon since the second I got home from Florida on Sunday. Nonstop, and it's Thursday already. Like, I barely stopped to eat or walk or the dogs or do anything. Of course, it's been raining nonstop, so that kind of played right into our hands. All right, we've got our card base right here, and we're going to attach it. So I'm going to start with the top one. I mean, it could be either one because they're the same. Oh, I just hit the camera with my head. Sorry about that, you guys. All right, let's grab some adhesive. I almost lost it, but I found it. It was under the card. All right, so Brenda's got Diet Coke in her cup. I've got ice water in mine. So I'm going to put some adhesive on one of these first little, I guess I'll call them tabs. All right. And then I'm also going to put adhesive. Well, no, I'm not. I'm only going to put it on this side right now because we've got something to do before we add. We don't want to stick that other side down yet. So let's just start with one side. So I'm going to take my card and I'm going to line this up with flush with the top of my card and flush with the fold on the left. All right. And the idea is that that whole piece is going to be lined up with the top. Okay. So we got our first one on. We're going to move on to our bottom one. The reason I do the top one and the bottom one is then it's easier to get this one centered because those are already attached. I hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and stick that one on. So I'm just using standard adhesive. You absolutely could use liquid glue. You could use tear and tape if you prefer. I have not had one fall apart yet, so I'm thinking regular is good. All right, so you can see how we're going to be flipping those back here in a minute for our next part, but I'm just going to get them out of the way right now. Now we're going to take that centerpiece, same thing, we're going to put some adhesive right here on the left tab. And so this one was lined up with the edge and the bottom of the card. This one was lined up with the edge and the top of the card. This one is going to be lined up with the edge and centered between the two others. I'm going to pull it towards me a little bit, which might go out of screen for you guys, just to make sure I'm centered, because it really helps. I like to stand when I craft because then I'm looking right down at it, and it really helps with getting things lined up correctly. So, all right, so we've got that side all attached there. And now before I attach the other side of my pop-ups, I'm going to flip all of these backwards, and I'm going to put in this embossed piece. Now this is white on white, so it's hard to see on the camera, but I'm going to do it so that I have about the same amount of space at the top, at the bottom, and this left side. And then when I attach these, it will just work out the right way, okay? If you get it a little crooked or something, you know what? Nobody's ever going to be able to tell because it's under the pop-ups, right? So this one, there's some, it's forgiving. There's smudge factor, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and again, just want to be way over towards the left so that you have plenty of room to attach your other pop-ups there. And you can see that because this is such a heavily embossed piece that it's buckled a little bit there, and I didn't get adhesive there. Again, nobody's going to see that. It's going to be under the pop-ups. So, all right, so we've got that piece attached. Now we're ready to attach these guys down. So I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive actually on all three of them. And there's one. I've stuck myself to it. Whoops. Glued myself to my card. It happens. And the last one right here. All right. And so we're going to start with the top one. And then I'm going to collapse it over to the left here, stretch this out, and line it up with the side, and just want it, oops, I got to be lined up with the top and the side. I got a little chunk of adhesive on there for some reason. There we go, got it off. All right, so I've got that one attached. I'm hanging over a little bit. There we go. And now I'm going to do the center one. Same thing, I'm going to collapse this left side down, kind of stretch this out and line it up. This one it's already centered, so I don't need to worry about it so much, but you could certainly put the bottom one on first if you prefer. And then we're going to collapse this left one down, kind of stretch it out, and attach it to the right side. All right, so we've got our Panorama pop-ups all ready to go there. And now we get to decorate. Yay. All right, so I'm going to just flip ahead to the right part here. Here we go. Okay. So that I'm just following, I just want to make sure I'm following along with the tutorial. So I'm going to grab this packet and take out some of these pieces here. Actually, I'm probably going to take everything out. So I've got these bits here, and then I have some smaller pieces that are in this other little sleeve there, and some embellishments that are hiding out in a Post-it note. Okay, so we've got all of those out. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so many good choices of embossing folder, right? So, okay, we're going to start by putting the middle one on. So now this pretty paper is called Florals in Bloom, and it's from the annual catalog, and it is gorgeous. It has a lot of the new in colors in it, plus a lot of other colors. So to stick this on, I kind of like to collapse it flat. It's just easier to stick it on if the thing you're sticking it to is flat, right? So, whoops, I am out of the shot here. I'm gonna back off a little bit on my zooming here so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I've got my adhesive on there, and we're gonna just put this, I'm putting it on, so again, I've got about the same amount of space on the sides and the top and the bottom. I love these pretty pink roses. And then we have a piece that's going to go on the bottom, and a piece that's going to go, whoops, on the top right here. So I'm going to flip them maybe. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stick these on. Doesn't matter the order. They just both need to go on. So again, I'm going to flatten it out and stick this on. Oh, actually this one is the, I can see it matches the pattern, so I'll put it at the top. Some of them might match up and some of them might not. I think most of yours match up. This one I just used leftover bits, so I don't know that it quite does, but totally doesn't matter. Once you get it all decorated, it doesn't, yeah, doesn't, it's not obvious either way. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this one on. But if you want to cut the pattern in order, you absolutely can do that. All right, I got that one a little crooked, so I'm just going to lift it up and slide it in place. Okay. All right, so we've got our pop-ups decorated. Now we're going to decorate the sides. This is going to give us some contrast because we're going to pull out, we're going to do the sides of the pop-ups here, and so that's what these little pieces are for. Let's pull these out. Again, all of these designer series paper measurements are in the tutorial. Come on, all you guys come out. They don't want to. There's some static going on here. Got whoop. And that one's got a little adhesive on my finger it's sticking to. Let's bring this one out. Okay, so we're going to start with the center here, the center one, which is a little bit longer. And there you go. Let's stick that right here. And we're going to pop that on right on the sides. Now, you absolutely could do embossed panels on the sides. Some of the cards, some of the versions, I did all of it embossed, like this one. And this one as well, the sunrise sailing, all embossed pieces. Either one works great. This one I actually did designer paper behind the pop-ups as well as everywhere, and I did all the same patterns, so lots of versatility there. All right, so we've got this one in place. Now we're going to put these two little squares, one on the top, one on the bottom. Let's pop those on. Peggy, all the sizes of the DSP are in the tutorial. There we go. And then let's bring this one because there are I think 11, maybe more. That was a lot of cutting. All right, there we go. But it adds so much, right? That contrast adds so much. All right. Let's flip it and do it on this side. So this pattern has strawberry slush, which really picks up the strawberry slush accent in our flowers there. So let's pop that one on right here. I can tell I've got a bunch of gunk. If you have trouble with your seal adhesive, chances are it's because you've got a ball of adhesive inside that things are sticking to, and I can totally tell that's what's happening. But we're going to see if we can power through here so that I don't waste time opening that up. Now I'm going to do the two little squares at the top and the bottom, and then we're going to add some embossed pieces on the sides. All right, so we've got our pieces on both sides. I love the 3D look, right? It just adds so much depth. Now we're going to add, instead of designer paper, we're going to go back to some embossed pieces for the sides. So let's pop those on. You absolutely could do it with designer paper instead. I suppose you could leave them blank, but the decorating's the fun part, right? So again, I've used the pressed flowers embossing folder, and I'm going to stick this on right here. Okay, can you see that? And then we'll do this one on the other side. And these cards can be fast, they can be more involved. It's totally up to you on how you design it, right? On how many die cuts and different things you do. Okay, and there we go. All right, now we're ready to do, let's finish off the front. These two pieces are going to be for the inside, and this bigger label is for the inside. Got adhesive everywhere. All right, these two little labels is what, so these labels are all from the Mixed Labels dies, and I don't know if you can see it, but it adds a fun little detail around the dies, the bigger ones. This one, it's just plain, but it's a fun shape. So I'm going to use the Sweet Bloom stamp set and the word hello on this little label here. If you got a packet in the mail and you don't have the Sweet Blooms, you can just use any sentiment that will fit on here, or you can skip this one and do a bigger sentiment on that one and just don't even put this one on top. So let's go ahead. Hey Nancy. And we're just going to stamp this and pulling it towards me in the hopes that I will get it straight, but you know, all bets are off at this point. I should hold my breath, maybe. Oh, I got it pretty straight. Yay. Hello, everyone. So Strawberry Slush is the color that I used. And we're going to take our medium-sized label and we're going to stick that onto our center panel. So again, you can just squish that flat to get it on there. I want to try to center it. And then I'm going to pop up the hello with some dimensionals. Which are where, Susan? Oh, found them. Found some anyway. I swear I had a sheet laying right here ready to be used, but not so much. All right, we're going to pop those on the back. So we've got two dimensionals there, and we're going to stick that onto our card here. And yeah, I love these labels too. I'm using them for everything right now, but they're just so fun. All right, so we've got that stuck on and get a little press there. And now we're going to add the fun, the little bit of sparkle and fun. So we're going to start with our, well, we can do either one. Let's see what Susan did in the tutorial. What did I do next? I did the ribbon next and then the gems. So let's do the ribbon next. This is, so the new in colors include Strawberry Slush and Cloud Cover, Secret Sea, Darling Duckling, and Timid Tiger, and each of them have a linen ribbon. And so we're going to use, of course, the Strawberry Slush one. This is a little 4-inch piece, and I'm just going to tie a knot. So to do that, I'm going to make kind of like the breast cancer ribbon there, and you can see I've got a nice big hole there. I'm going to tuck this tail through the hole, grab it with my fingers and pull it tight. And this is just making a little knot in the ribbon. Now I do like to do it tight, and I mean tight, because you get a little better shaped bow that way. And now we're just going, now you're going to say that doesn't look like a bow, Susan, but it will when we take our scissors here and we just trim off those tails. I'm going to straighten it up just a little bit here, and I'm going to cut these at an angle. There's one side, there's the other side. Let's see if I got them even. Yes, I think I did. And then we're just going to take a glue dot and we're going to stick that right in the upper corner here of our card. I'm actually going to pull these a little. See how it's like it's going down? I'm going to pull it on the bottom so that it's a little more straight across. I'm really picky about my ribbons. And you know what? I'm going to cut it even shorter. It still seems a little long to me. Again, Susan's picky. Yours is probably fine. All right, there. Now I'm happier. It's got nice short little tails and it's not hanging out into the openings there. All right, so what do we think I did with the glue? Oh, found them. They're under this envelope. Okay, there we go. We got our glue dots. And let's grab a take your pick tool, which was right where it was supposed to be. And we're just gonna, you can either put the glue dot right there on the label and stick the ribbon on it, or you can put it on the knot of the ribbon, whichever works for you. But then we have our little bow on there, our knotted ribbon. It's not really a bow. It's a fake bow, but it does the job, right? That's all that matters. Okay, let's grab our gems. So our gems, if you got the packet in the mail, the gems are folded up in a sticky note here. So let's open that up. And you either have Pretty in Pink or Strawberry Slush. These are the gems that I'm using. You actually get a larger size and a smaller size. I used all the small ones for our packets, so that's why they're missing here. But these are the Pretty in Pink. These are the Strawberry Slush. Either one works on this card. Most of you, I think, have small. You might have large. Can't remember how everything played out, but I'm going to go ahead and take these. I have the small ones here, and I'm going to put one to right next to the bottom right kind of angle of that label. Now, if you, depending on the design on your paper, you might want to move them down a little bit. I'm awfully close to the center of that flower, so I'm going to move them down a little bit just so they're more visible. They're really just, they're faceted so they catch the light, even if they're kind of the same color as what they're going on. All right, so we've got the front all done. Let's work on the inside. So I'm going to grab these pieces here. I have another strip of that beautiful Florals in Bloom paper, and I'm going to add some adhesive to it. And I'm going to stick it on a piece of Strawberry Slush. And this is just a little accent inside the card. You don't have to do this, but it's fun to have a little bit of what's going on the front of the card mirrored through on the inside. So we're going to open this up. I'm trying really hard to not dip the card into the ink pad because I can totally see me doing that. And we're going to put some adhesive on the back here and pop this on. Now again, this is my monthly class. This is a class that people earned, and there is a paid tutorial option. However, I do also do free project sheets, and so if you join my project sheet emails, you'll get the freebies. So you can do that at suestampfield.com. You can also sign up at suestampfield.com for my blog posts, because I'll be posting all the pretty pictures of these cards and when the tutorial is available. I'm using the words Thinking of You from the Right Word stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it on my label here, and I'm going to pull it way towards me because I don't want to get it crooked, you guys. I need to be right over top of it. So sorry about that. Sorry, I was off camera a little bit, but now it's straight. So, you know, it was worth it. I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on this, and we are going to stick this on here. And our card is done, friends. Yay! All right, should we do a recap on all of the Panorama pop-up cards? Let's do it. All right, I'm going to just close up my Strawberry Slush before something goes diving in there. All right, so we've got our main one here. What was next? I think I did the Extraordinary Flora with the beautiful sentimental framing labels on the front, on the inside. Again, these are the amazing washi tape flowers. I just stick them on white cardstock and die cut them out with the matching die. And all of these, of course, fold flat to go in the envelope. And let's bring in the Extraordinary Flora washi tape comes with the pinks and greens, and then the purples and blues. And then we have, what's next? Oh, our summer fun card, our pool card. I love this Notes and Totes. It is so fun and makes just the cutest cards and treat holders. This is the treat holder we made on Tuesday night with our little mini Tic Tacs in there. But this time we flattened it out and did it as a card. Now this is one that never would have fit on the pop-up parade. Like it's too big. It would not have fit on here without interfering with the card going into the envelope. So this one, it was ideal for the Panorama. So this one would be great for a teacher, a friend going on a vacation. Just kind of got a fun pool vibe to it. And then we have another Makes Me Think of Summer card. This one right here with the gorgeous Sunrise Sailing bundle and the Thoughtful Journey Designer paper, the Soft Waves embossing folder. And yeah, this one opens up And then we have a porthole look here with some metallic gems around it to make it look like rivets. And then inside, I have I've got another graduation party to go to, so I'm starting getting the graduation card vibe going here. And then this one, of course, is with the beautiful coneflower celebrations bundle, and I paired it with the Country Woods Designer Series paper, both under the pop-ups and on top. And this bundle, these dies are amazing, you guys. So fun. And then on the inside of the card, we have, I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. And this one, I actually used a embellishment that's on sale right now and about to retire. It's on the last chance product list. They're called the Pecan Pie and Clear ribboned, what are they? Ribbon gems, I think. Oh, it's on the back, Sue. Ribboned adhesive backed dots, that's what they're called. And so those are on sale right now. It's a great one to pick up the next time you order. You may not wait too long on that. That's while supplies last. So there we have our pop-up parade cards. Thank you. Not pop-up parade. That was last month, Susan. Our Panorama pop-up card. I'm going to flip the camera here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Crafternoon at night on a Thursday. I'm so glad that you could tune in. I will be back on Saturday night at 7:30 Central Time for another video adventure. We're going to be making a fun fold card. I got 2 requests for this fun fold card, which I've done years ago, like 22, 21, and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, this would be really pretty with one of the new things that just came out. So we're going to do that on Saturday night. Take care, everyone. I hope to see you Saturday at 7:30 Central Time. Again, the blog post for this will be coming out soon as the tutorial is ready, and you can see all the pretty pictures. To subscribe to that, go to Suestampfield.com. Am I zoomed up? Nope. To sign up for those, go to Suestampfield.com and click on blog posts if you want the blog posts, free project sheets if you want the free project sheets, or you can pick both. Thank you so much for making and sending handmade cards. You're absolutely making the world a kinder place with every card that you send, and I appreciate you all so much. Take care, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you Saturday. Bye-bye.